Happy Thanksgiving, everybody. Today the shop is closed, but I thought I should talk a little bit about what's going on tomorrow. And today is a little bit easy. I'm just gonna talk about tea and Whisk, how we get here today. I'm just gonna wait a little bit. I'm actually available live on YouTube now, also on Facebook and Instagram. So trying to do something different. And hello. What's Gucci? What's that? What does that mean? Did you guys see all the sale from today? One of my favorite everyday oolong is available today, so you don't want to miss that. Hiya! I might do 3 streams today because the shop is closed, so I can do more streams. So I'll probably do like 30 minutes intervals. Guess I want to talk about tea wares. I want to talk about the deals that is going on tomorrow. There's a lot of things I want to talk about in tomorrow. I'm not sure how busy I'm going to be. Hey, Mel. Hi, Alexandra. Happy Thanksgiving. I'm on YouTube and on Facebook too now. Hi, Marilyn. Thank you for tuning in. Happy Thanksgiving. Still waiting. You guys have YouTube or Facebook? You can join there too. Hello. Happy Thanksgiving. Happy Turkey Day. I'm just doing takeout today. Nothing crazy. Happy Thanksgiving. Yep. I'm going to do multiple free gift today since it's Thanksgiving. But if you haven't had this before, medium roast forever spring, that's the one on sale today. You definitely need to get that because we thought even without the discount, this tea tastes better than any of most Taiwanese oolong that costs double the price, even before the discount. So after the discount, it's almost ridiculous to not have this in your cabinet. Like if I have to pick one tea that is affordable, it's sold on the site already. I'll fix that right now. We've been selling out really quick, so I have my phone here. I'm gonna fix it right here in front of you. Oh wow, you're right. They all sold out. Damn, that was fast. I know we have some. I hope I don't oversell this thing, but I'm gonna fix that. So better buy it soon. But the code for today is, I was gonna try to find like something that rhymed with Thanksgiving and tea, but I couldn't figure out. So like, screw it. So it's just tea love is the code for today. Yeah. All right, it should be available now on the website. Thank you for letting me know. I'll wait a few more minutes. My whole kitchen filled with tea now. Tea on the counter, tea again. Oh, after the Black Friday week, you don't have to buy tea for a whole year probably. The idea is, some people are asking me, are you gonna be okay after Thanksgiving, giving all this sales? There's still anybody is going to buy tea? Like, I'm not worried about it because Black Friday for me is a way for a lot of people to be able to try different tea, to try different tea at a very affordable price. And most people, they buy 1 ounce or 2 ounces. I wish I would known the code before I bought the tea earlier. You can still use the code. Keep in mind, all the code only can be used once. So, so you still have a chance to use the code. Tea Love. Every day at 11 o'clock, I will say a code that you can use to get extra 5%. But then, if you wait until I announce it at 11, you're running into a risk that the tea is gonna be sold out. So, hi Michael, I saw you on YouTube too, and now you're here on Instagram. You're multi-channel. Yeah, I'm like 3 camera now in front of me. So, pretty cool. Hi James, happy Thanksgiving. I'm brewing medium roast Friday Spring, guys. This is like the tea that is incredible to have all year long. Regardless what's your level with the tea, if you're beginner, if you've been drinking tea for a while, if you don't want to think about what tea to have, definitely nothing better than this medium roast Forever Spring. I'm not surprised it's sold out because for a $6 tea, I do comparison with a lot of our tea, including our tea and other tea, the comparison tea. None of them can beat this tea for that price. It's better than a lot of $10 tea, $12 tea, $13 tea. So if there's one tea that you want to give it away or you want to just drink it all year long, totally worth it. I'm using my yeasting clay today. All right, so while I'm making this, how many of you know how tea and whisk started and how, like what's the name tea and whisk even means? I'm sure I talk about that a lot, but does any of you know about that at all? What is tea and whisk? Where does that name come from? And how many of you knows that? Because it's actually not what you think. Hello. A lot of people know that whisk is a matcha whisk that you use for matcha. But the very beginning, that was not why we use that whisk for. Nope, because I don't know. It's not because I sell food. Any of you know why it was called tea and whisk in the beginning? And if you come to the shop, it says Kitchen Over Experience. That was actually a big hint. It transitioned from a chicken logo to a Gaiwan logo. Yes, it's true. So, all right, storytelling. I hope my story is not boring. But back in 2007, I started my very first business at a local swap meet on the Keter and Sahara. So I just want to start a business, right? This is way back 2007. I feel like everything kind of relate to today. So that's why I'm just gonna go really quick. 2007, I was 23. I want to start a business. I have no money. So, Shani, I have no money, and I basically just go to swap meet, and I thought that was the cheapest way. $600, you can start a business, and then I walk around, look off, like I was trying to become a smart businessman, I guess. I look at the demographic. Oh, a bunch of elderly people, in their 50 or like 60s. And so that's my note number one. Okay, a lot of elderly. The second note is what else that is like people are like not selling. So the very next thing that I find out, nobody's selling knife and kitchenwares. Nobody's selling frying pans, things like that. So I decided the very next week, I didn't even know anything about that. So I will have to, sorry. So I will, I'm sorry, there's a delivery food. So anyway, so at that time, I don't know where to get my kitchenware. But I happen to know that in Los Angeles, there's a wholesale district and they sell like kitchenwares, but they're like really, really low quality. And, I'm young, I was ambitious. I just want to get something. So I went to LA, I rent a car and then just fill up the car with like really, really junk kitchenware from China. They're all like stupidly cheap and stupidly, they copy a lot of like expensive brand, but then they'll like crappy looking. So it's like a fake KitchenAid, things like that, like glasses, knife, like as seen on TV product that you see at the commercial. So literally, I don't know what I was thinking. Spent $2,000, brought it in, and it was a disaster. Nobody liked the product. But then I thought, you know what? Maybe my product was not enough. So I doubled down and went back and bought it again. And I thought, you know what? The spot was too small. So I doubled down again. I make this spot from the cheap 100 square foot to like 200 square foot. And then I still feel like, you know what? I still don't have enough variety. So I doubled down again. I was crazy. I just keep doubling down. And meanwhile, I was still working full-time job at a restaurant. So the swap meet was only open for 3 days. And then it's just break even. It was break even. Finally, I was desperate enough to try to sell it. So I start selling on eBay. And then that's when things start picking up. I'm like, wait, I was selling things on eBay more than the shop at the swap meet. So I shut down the swap meet and they're just selling out of my garage, right? And things was going well, but eventually I find out where to get the real as seen on TV kitchenwares. So, and then I was able to sell it on eBay at that time, and it was selling like crazy. That's when the business started picking up. Long story short, eBay doesn't, a lot of this big brand, they don't allow me to sell those big brand on eBay anymore. So I jump shift to Amazon. And then eventually Amazon doesn't, like all this company doesn't want us to sell on Amazon either. But so then I just start selling a lot of like generic brand that you can sell, that you can find at the mall, like kitchenware. I'm still selling at kitchenware. And at that time I was like, I don't know anything about kitchen. So I don't know how to cook. I don't know. This is back in 2009. I'm really bad at cooking. So, but then I'm trying to sell professional kitchen knife, professional kitchenware. That's when I start going to school for culinary. So a lot of you don't know, some of you know that I graduated from culinary and pastry arts. But the main reason why I go to school is actually so that I can sell better at my kitchen tools. And it helps a little bit because now I suddenly know what the chef wants. I know what pastry chef wants, what they're looking for. So, and then I'm growing the brand and more, and I even finally moved to a bigger warehouse twice. But then things changed back in 2012, 2013. Things getting more difficult. Everybody starts selling on Amazon, and suddenly the prices just keep getting lower and lower, and Amazon start making it hard for everybody to make money, and Amazon start trying to make everybody kind of compete on each other. So it's getting difficult, and so I'm constantly trying to find a new product that nobody sell on Amazon, and that's when I discovered tea for the first time. And at that time, I didn't sell that much tea on Amazon yet, but I know I always like those like almost like Tivana flavor kind of tea. And I put there's an offer for me to sell my product at Chinatown. And so this is like back in 2015, I believe. So I usually always sell kitchenwares, but that time I was being lazy. And you know what? Chinese people love tea. Why don't I just sell tea? So that's exactly what I did. It was hot, 110 degree, but I was being lazy. I don't want to bring my big kitchen stuff. So I just bring tea and I just sample the tea right there, trying to do the best I can. And to my surprise, no matter how hot it is, everybody was wanting to try the tea. So there was like, I brought like 8 different tea, and I did way better sales than when I was selling kitchen stuff on the previous years, right? And that's when that light bulb suddenly just light out, right? I was like, oh wow, that's maybe not a bad idea to sell tea. Remember, I'm not even a tea drinker yet, and I don't know anything about tea. A lot of people thought I started this business because I probably have been drinking tea since I was a little kid, or like, I mean, I've been drinking tea, but I never really like drinking this kind of style. So that's when I got that light bulb, and I have a kitchen shop with a warehouse that is struggling more and more. And then one day I just have a lady that asking me, what's your plan? And I was just literally just saying like, oh, I don't know, I might open a tea shop. And I still literally just kind of joking around. I wasn't really serious. This is back in 2000, when did I open? 2017? 17, 18, 19, yes, 2017. So back in 2017, January, I got that questions. And I'm like, I don't know, I might open a tea shop, but it's because of that event that makes me feel like I should open that tea shop. But I wasn't serious. But then the lady that was, if you've been to the shop long enough, you probably met her. She is Ivy, and she was here 3 years ago. She's been busy with her restaurant, so she's not at the shop a lot lately. So Ivy basically trusted me, and I have a lot of opportunity in the past where people say they want to partner with me, but I never really take things seriously because most of them they just saying it. But Ivy was serious, so like I feel bad because I wasn't serious, and so I basically, just to show my genuine interest, I guess. So I contacted local agent. Hey, you know, I'm looking for a location to open a tea shop. Again, I still don't think it was gonna happen. I was hoping maybe I'm gonna find multiple location and I'm just gonna find some excuse, just make up some excuses and tell Ivy, yeah, you know what, I can't find a good place. Maybe not this year. So that was exactly what happening, right? So and then I feel like I built this fake lies and personality, and then it's just roll and getting bigger and bigger and bigger, because now I feel bad for the agent, because the agent worked so hard. I didn't think the agent gonna work so hard. She was emailing me every day with all this listing of where to open the shop, and I feel bad of not responding. So like, okay, you know what? Let's go and visit some of this place that the agent was telling me, and I couldn't find the one I like, obviously, because I wasn't really interested in it at all. So after multiple time, I was planning to tell the agent, you know what, probably not a good time. But then plaza here, and I was like, wow, this plaza is kind of nice. It's kind of small and cozy, and you feel like everybody, it's like a pop and mom shop. You know, I feel like if I ever gonna have a tea shop, this is the perfect plaza for it, you know. So we were like walking around after we finished our dinner, and then we look at this tiny olive oil shop that's already closed, and I'm like, oh, is it? So like I was telling my my wife right now, at that time was girlfriend, I was like, huh, isn't it be cool if we actually get the tea shop here? But too bad it wasn't available, right? I was like, I was still not thinking it's gonna happen. So the next day, the agent called me again. Hey, Leo, have you find a place? Like, oh, you know what? I was wondering about that plaza on Eastern and Central Parkway. I wonder if that place is available. And and then the agent was obviously it wasn't available, but the agent was calling the tenant, the landlord, and to my surprise, it was actually available like the next year. I mean, the next month because they are actually leaving. And then I was like, oh, okay. I was kind of not sure if I should be happy because I was expecting it was not available, but it was available. And then I start talking to Ivy again. I went back to Ivy and start talking to her. Hey, there is a place available. So I don't know, should we do it? And then and she was like so confident. Yes, let's do it. At that time, I don't know anything about tea, so like, you know what? Let's sell half tea and half kitchenwares. And nobody else does that. I see why not, right? So like, okay, so what's the name then? I couldn't figure out. I was thinking like, I don't know. It took me a while until finally I thought, you know what? Maybe if it's a short name like T and Whisk, that sounds kind of nice. It's rhymed really well. It's short, and I think most people know what Whisk is. And I was wrong. Most people actually doesn't even know what Whisk is. I was kind of surprised. Most people like always ask me, "What is Whisk?" Like, oh, I didn't know that whisk is such a such a rare word that a lot of people that is not cooking, they don't cook, they don't know about that word. So we come up with the tea and whisk, and the idea is actually we're gonna sell a bunch of pastry like for making bread, kind of whisk, and that's somehow the idea is we're selling kitchenwares. And I already have a lot of kitchenwares, so all I gotta do is just basically move my inventory from the warehouse to the place, and that place is perfect. We don't need any seatings. It's just gonna be a retail. Half of them is kitchenware. You can look up on Yelp from like 4 years ago photo about how it looks when we just started. It was like a big counter in the middle and a lot of kitchenwares, more kitchenwares than more tea, I believe. And it was not doing well. I remember, I think we were only doing like $30 a day, $40 a day, $60 a day. On the busy day, maybe like $100. And I was like, oh my God, this is all a disaster. So then I have to make a quick decision. Like, what am I gonna do now? What am I gonna do? So I just basically decided, you know what? I think I need to decide whether I want to do tea or I want to do kitchen. So I decided to get rid of all the kitchen, and get rid of the counter. So now that's when I actually need to get really serious with the tea. And so I'm being honest. A lot of people think that I know tea all this time, and that's actually one of the main reasons I feel like I know what are people wanting, because I started the place just like most people that come to the shop. In fact, I actually become a lot more passionate when I meet somebody just like me that don't drink tea. Hey, you're really missing out on this. And because I was exactly that person 3-4 years ago. So once I start selling tea, I don't know enough about what I want to sell. So I start visiting a lot of tea shops. So I went to San Francisco, Portland, Seattle, LA, literally just go to every single tea shop that is available out there and try to take notes and trying to see what I should do to make it better. And then the choice is three choice, right? Either like traditional tea house that doesn't serve drinks, or a cafe that sell a lot of beautiful drinks but don't sell loose leaf tea, or a Tivana like tea house where they sell a lot of flavored tea and a little bit drinks, but it's not, that's not their main business. It's mostly beautiful flavored tea, herbal, with a little bit drinks, and usually beautiful packaging like Tivana or what is that? David's tea. So David's tea. Those are the three things that I discovered. But the one that while I was visiting all of them, the one that makes me that give me the biggest impression was actually when I was at the Chinese tea house in San Francisco. I think it's called Aroma Tea House. I remember I was sitting there with the owner, and we were drinking tea for like an hour and 2 hours, and we were sampling tea, and I thought that was the coolest thing, and the guy was telling me all of this tea and all of this tea I never had, and that really stuck with me. And I visited like at least 12 to 15 tea houses. There's a lot of other tea houses that's more beautiful, but none of them give me an impression like that. And that's exactly what I try to accomplish with the tea shop. So I went back home. I basically just scratched all my plan and start redoing that. But so change everything to become traditional tea, and maybe offering a little bit drinks. And then that's when I get to know more and more people that drink tea. And one night I was invited to a tea party, and then I was drinking tea for like 9 hours. 9 hours. That was the first time I drink tea for that long. And then the next week I get invited again. This is while I'm like rearranging the shop. I get invited again. And another 8 to 9 hours, from 5 p.m. to like almost 2 a.m. So it's really long. And I'm like, wow, that is crazy. I never had that kind of experience. And like, I really want to bring that to the shop. I want to have everybody to have that experience to be duplicated at the shop. So how do I do that? So I gotta create an event, but what kind of event I can create to bring people in and stay that long? And tea is not a thing. It's not a thing at all. And I love going to a pub. I love going to a bar, but not for tea, right? So, but one of the reasons why I like to go in pub was for the live music. That's when I start asking around, where can I hire a live music? So that's actually, yeah, definitely tea drunk. So that's when I hire a band to play music, and I start promoting it online. Hey guys, come here for live music, and only pay $10. That time it was $10, unlimited everything, unlimited loose leaf drinks, the tea, unlimited beverage, milk tea, everything you want. The goal is not to make the money. The goal is try to create some sort of community, right? And it was working. It was working. People were coming in, they was having fun, they were partying, and I feel like it's this. And we were so loud to the point like you can hear the music until ping box. We got complained a couple times from our neighbor, but it was a lot of fun. It was loud, and eventually, I got a warning from neighbor, and I got warning from the licensing music company. I didn't know that I'm not supposed to do that. So what do you know, right? So I have to shut down the live music, but then people were still coming, and people want more and more. Like, let's do this more often. So that's when I start creating like Thursday game night, where we play board game and then drink tea. And then that's when we start having regular classes going on Friday, from once a month becoming once a week. This is when I start meeting Ken. Ken met me at one of the festival, and he just came to the shop. Hey Leo, I want to teach class at your place. And I had a bad experience with hiring anybody to teach class, because a lot of time they might know a lot about tea, but they're a terrible teacher. And Ken was very, very, into. He just has a lot of energy. He really passionate. You can just tell by talking to him. So I was a little bit reluctant, but when I see that the customer love him, no matter, like, he has his own style, and people love him, and it was working, and we got regulars that start coming every Friday, and then people coming for the social every Saturday, and then a few people coming for the board game, and then it just keep growing, and finally Ree start helping me. Ree from Tea Curious, and she wants to she look at all what's going on, and I feel like she want to be part of it. So she start coming to. I told her, you just come to social and get to know my customers, and that's exactly what she did. So she just hang out every Saturday, meeting people. And then that's when we make plan to do tea club on Tuesday. So and then tea club, we basically handling things like water testing, to teapot testing, to different material, how it works, to a comparison of 10 different tea, 10 different oolong, 10 different white tea. We brew it all bowl brewing. There's so many geeky stuff that we do on Tuesday. And it was a lot of fun. And I feel like we don't promote it hard enough. It was like, it's almost like we are in this tiny community that we don't care that nobody knows, you know? And we had a lot of fun for it. And it was just keep growing. And then, but during this time, honestly, the business was not doing too well, you know, because there's still not a lot of people drinking tea. So there are times where we're almost like shut down, but all of our customers and our like community, they keep pushing to make sure that we survive and things like that. And that's actually what I'm very thankful for. Every year, I'm like really thankful. Like, wow, without that support, we already closed maybe 2 years ago. But we constantly have, you know, maybe this year is like this group of customer keeps supporting. Then we have a new group customer, and that's actually, if without that, it's already closed. I know that the TM is already closed like maybe 2 years ago. And if you met some of our regulars, they know that. And like, oh, I thought you closed like next month, something like that. But we still survive. And then pandemic happened. This year was supposed to be our year that we finally turning to like good numbers and everything. And then the pandemic hits. Pandemic has like, oh shit, you know, this is supposed to be our year. And everything just shut down. And at that time, we're like, oh, now what I'm gonna do? I have that free time. So that's when I start working on the website. A lot of people are doing like IG Live and stuff like that, but I couldn't do it because we don't even have a website. So then I just spent time for like every day until like 3 o'clock in the morning, 4 o'clock in the morning, just to build the website. And I think like 6 weeks later, it was done. It was not great, but I think I started promoting on Instagram, and then people start noticing the website. And then just that's it. And then until today, and finally now, I feel like we're getting more and more things. Like this past week, 90% of our order was come from the website. And we were actually doing 3 times better than last year. During this period of time, we still kind of recover from the shutdown, but our number was actually 3 times better than last year, and it's great. I couldn't imagine that could happen like that. So we're still growing. So now, and obviously, while during that period of time, I was literally learning and teaching people at the same time. And I'm getting better and better because I'm coming from the exact same spot for many of our customers. Thank you. So I'm exactly where most of you were. Like even like some of you only start drinking this series traditionally 3 months ago. But it becoming my passion because I was that person that don't even drink tea. So I feel like I'm coming from a little bit different place with a lot of other tea shop owner. I'm coming from a place where just like you are, drinking coffee, drinking beer, and drinking flavored tea. But now I totally see the benefit of doing this. And that's why I'm trying to teach more and more people. And I still feel like there's a lot of things that I still haven't discovered. So that's why during this pandemic where I was doing this live and doing a lot of this Zoom event, that get me thinking, if I want to grow my database of like education, I can't be running the shop and doing that at the same time. So that's when I actually start looking at my list. My list is finished next year, November. That's when I start telling everybody by next year I'm going to be close. Because the main thing is I want to really, really grow this tea community, not just from Vegas and Henderson. And I want to do it my style, obviously. And luckily, I speak Chinese. I have a lot of like friends and family in China and in Taiwan. So, and I just want to go there and start doing a lot of videos, documentary about how the tea is made and about how to find all of these unique places that a lot of people still haven't discovered. I want to visit some of the research department on how they produce a new batch of tea every year. I want to visit some of the most famous tea houses. There's a museum in China where they can show you all the tea from like the teaware from different dynasties. I want to make documentary of that. And meanwhile, the website is still on, the business is still on. I'm gonna have somebody here locally. I'm gonna have an office. So if you in Las Vegas or Henderson, you can still meet with me and drink tea while I'm not traveling. But that's really my goal in the future, because I haven't seen that many videos about tea documentary. There's a lot of video about like how to make tea and how like teach you about tea, but I don't think there's a lot of video about documentary about all of this plantation, this research department, this tea farm like from Yunnan. Yunnan's such a big place, you know. I feel like most people, they visit like once a year and then they'll go home. I want to do more of that, you know. I want to do more of that. I feel like the tea industry here is so small. The tea community is really tiny in comparison to like coffee industry. So I feel like the best way for me to grow the community is by having this education for a lot of people to be available to just watch all at the website for free. You know, that's always my goal. And meanwhile, on my travel, every time I find a place, I'm gonna do like a group buy or like at a wholesale price, so we can everybody just chip in. I don't need to make a lot of money for it. It's really just if I can hit like 100 people buying one really good tea, and then I'll send it to Vegas, and my staff can send it to everybody, or you guys can come and pick it up if you're local. That was one of my plan. So I'm gonna like visit from one farm to another farm. I pick one tea. I'll do live video, and then everybody like just basically buy it right there, and then I'll ship it to Vegas, and Vegas will ship it to everybody else. You know, that's actually one of my biggest goal. You know, I want to like just jump in from one farm to another farm, and then just discover something, sell it at wholesale price, and then everybody's just jumping in. I feel like it's gonna be fun, and you know, I'll document my journey. I'll discover something new for during the trip, and I'm hoping that everybody kind of just follow my journey, and eventually I'm going to bring some of you to the tea farm. That's actually my other goal. Not only I want to go there, I want to kind of create a plan so that I can make like a affordable way for some of our customers, some of our regulars to join me to go to visit some of these tea farms. And I know I just spoke to some of you, and a lot of you like will love it to be able to go with us. But when the time has come, you know, I wanted to make it affordable, so that I think by doing this, the community can grow even faster, you know. And yeah, I think it will be a lot of fun. So yes, I will be closed next year, but that's just the physical store. But the online business is still running, and I will be able to do more of like live video like this, and I'll be a lot more comfortable too by then. If I do this more often. Just this past 5-6 days, I feel like I'm a lot more comfortable now. And yes, first impression is the event. I mean, Michael was just mentioned about first impressions. That's an event that we're gonna be holding at Zoom on like virtual event. We usually do it like almost like every 2 Sundays, every 2 weeks. So if you want to join us drinking tea virtually, you know, visit the website. But my plan, that's not my complete plan. So after I do all of my documentary that I wanted to, not just China, by the way, I'm not only doing China's tea. I want to do Taiwan, Japan, and those are the obvious ones. But my actually even more bigger goal is for me to visit the one that is not so obvious country, like Vietnam, Laos, South Africa, Nepal, Malawi. That's actually the one that I'm really excited for, because those are gonna be harder to find the good stuff, but they do have good stuff. It's just they're just not popular. So I'm actually planning to visit like the country like South Korea. You know, I've been trying a lot of South Korean tea, but so far I feel like I'm not really into it too much. I feel like maybe I haven't found the one that I love. But eventually I want to visit them and just finding my own source and just really visit and then doing that, I'll document everything. And after I do all of that, I'm planning to find a way to reopen. So yes, I will be closed, but I will be reopened. And when I reopen, I want to put all my journey experience into the shop, put it, I don't know, somehow frame it or like make videos, put it available on the website. And I want to have a private room. When I reopen, I want to have a either semi-private or private room where people can sit down and drink tea. I want to cater it for business people, for people that wants to have like they want to study or like for a date. So I want to be able to have like a tray like this with like 3-4 different teas, and then people will be just hanging out and drink tea and with food, you know, because it's important to have food. And I want to make sure that people goes to the place thinking as a place to drink tea and not a restaurant. So that's going to be a challenge, but I'm sure that's doable. Like, how can I make this place that have food, but it's not a restaurant, you know? I think that's very important, because if people goes to the place and giving review because of the food, then that's not good, you know. So it will be tricky, but I think by having a semi-private room and by everything, the menu is all about tea first, and the food is like an extra thing. It should be working. But that's my biggest goal. So after that, you know, and obviously by then, hopefully our online is already growing to the point that it can support the physical store. Because I think without the physical store, the community will never grow. But yeah, that's pretty much my story. Wow, I was talking for 30 minutes. Sorry for getting too long, but that was literally the story of what I'm planning to do, or like how we get to today. But thank you again for listening. I didn't even get to try to drink this medium roast forever sing. If you have any questions, you know, let me know. But I'm planning to do another session maybe in about 30 minutes, 12:30. Again, the code for today is TLOVE, okay, TALOVE. And I'll be back at 12:30 just to talk about the tea that is on sale and the upcoming tea for tomorrow, so that you know what to expect for tomorrow, because I know a lot of people are waiting for tomorrow. Tomorrow is the big day. I'm going to tell you what's on sale tomorrow, what's the discount. But tea and chocolate pairing class are awesome. Yes, we were doing that at the shop too. During the Valentine, we did tea and food and pairing. We didn't promote it really well. So but next time, again, when we have the shop, we're gonna do a lot of food pairing. It will be really cool. But I mean, that's it, guys. Thank you so much for watching. I'll be back again at 12:30 to talk about the sale. Again, if you want to use your coupon, it's TLOVE, and I will announce the winner. One person going to win the medium roast forever spring, the oolong. And later I'll announce it at 12:30. Okay, thank you again, but I'll see you later. Bye.